Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in to the Raider Regular Show. Check it out. Got a quick one today via satellite. We're in the Dominican Republic right now. Shout out to all the fans. But just want to come on and address Ashton Jeanty is going to be rocking number 2. No report on what happened between him and Daniel Carlson for him to be able to make that happen. But Ashton Jeanty is going to be rocking at number 2, man. So, how we feeling about that, Raider Nation? Did you think he was going to end up going with a double-digit number or maybe like another number or something? But Carlson came off the number. Maybe he paid him, maybe charity or something. But Cash Money Carlson knew what the right thing to do was, and that was just let the man get the number. So, been hearing some reports out of camp that, well, not camp, but rookie mini camp and a little voluntary workouts that they've been through. And Jeanty has been positive. Jack Bash, all positive. So I got to thinking, out of all of the rookies, who besides Jeanty, because we expect Jeanty to start, right? Last year we had the worst running attack in the National Football League. The Raiders had the worst running game in the National Football League. A couple of those guys are still here. That was on the worst rushing team in the league. A couple guys are gone. And then they added uh, Jeanty, they added Mostert. So Mostert is a little older, man. So I can see him starting. So that's gonna be Jeanty starting running back week 1 uh, for the Raiders. But I'm saying besides him, all right, who do I think has the biggest opportunity to do something in their first season as a Raider? You know what, man? I think Jack Best is gonna be a surprise, perhaps the surprise of the draft. He picked him pretty high, the second round pick, I believe, 44, something like that. Uh, that's fairly high, top 50 player. But I think he's going to produce like that. This guy is a bigger kid. He doesn't care about blocking. He looks forward to it. Uh, he makes contested catches. This is in college on the film. This is what you saw. Contested catches and a lot of chain movers, right? Third and 4, third and 5, third and 6. This guy's getting open for first downs. Barely open, but open. Um, and making it happen. Not saying that, in the league he's going to come in and just be, unstoppable. But I feel like in those situations, um, with Bowers and Myers, and even now Jeanty taking up some concern for the other team, um, it's going to leave a empty space right there, if you would. A single coverage, a single move, and able to beat his guy for Jack Best. They're going to leave him man on. They most of the time. If you trying to bracket Bowers, right, you don't want him to be one-on-one. You want somebody over the top of him. Um, Myers, you're going to watch him. And then you're always going to be watching Jeanty, man, because Jeanty's going to be a weapon out of the backfield as well. All right, so you got all that to worry about. And then, bam, right here on the backside, or in the slide or wherever, or the wing, wherever you put him, because he's big enough that you can put him at any of those spots. Um, we hit Jack Bass right there in the little void, man, for the first down. Um, I could see that being a role for him and him thriving in that. We all know his story about what happened to his bro down in New Orleans. These dudes are from New Orleans. These dudes are some Bayou boys. They from Louisiana. So that's why he went to LSU from out of high school. Then LSU kind of misused him, and he got out of there and went to TCU and ended up being you know, heck of a player. Ended up getting drafted second round. But Jack, um, what I like about him is the willingness to block, the willingness to go inside and make the tough catches. The other thing about his game is the contested catches, right? Contested catches is what we needed. Um, red zone wise, that's why one of the reasons why we wasn't able to score a lot of points, because when we get down there, we got stagnant a lot. Now we got a guy that can win a one-on-one matchup against a corner. Uh, kind of get the body in front of the corner and post him up, that type of thing. But I'm looking forward to this rookie season from from Jack Bash, man, out of TCU. So also though, I'm not sure if this guy is gonna start right off, but the pick that I called, that I told you guys, Petey, I knew Petey liked this kid before the draft, and then they drafted him, Darien Porter. If you guys remember, if you go all the way back to last season when I was doing draft coverage, and it was a guy named TJ Tampa, right? He was a big corner from Iowa State. I'm like, we should grab him. I want to say the Ravens picked him, man. I think I'd have to go back and look at it right now. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it is Ravens, though, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't really see much of the field last year, and they had the guy that they drafted from Clemson, Wiggins, anyway. So they had put Wiggins in there. They drafted Wiggins a little higher. But I wanted the big corner from Iowa State last year. So what ended up happening is we got the big corner from Iowa State this year, right? The dude that I was talking about last year, TJ Tampa, this is basically that guy again, but faster and a little more ball hawky. So Tampa, I think, probably hit you a little harder coming out of college. But Darien Porter being an XY receiver, he's more cover and intercept. Once he gets in, he's going to be wearing number 26 too, by the way, which means DJ Jemisher is probably not on the team anymore. And if Cash Money Carlson went back to number 8, that means Amir Abdullah is not on the team anymore either. So back to Porter though. Not trying to put a bunch of pressure on him, but I just feel like at his size and with his skills and being coached up, and with it being a need on the team, I can see this guy starting very soon. I'm not going to say immediately, because we got to get through camp and all that and see what's really going on with him. But I think he could be a sleeper for one of the top rookie defenders coming up this season. I just got a feeling he's going to be better than people expected. He has all the skills. He's got the length. He's got the speed. He's just got to get coached up. So those two guys right there, besides Jeanty, Jack Bash, Darien Porter, I'm looking for impact from those two kids, for those two young players, the very first season. So, not saying Pro Bowl. Certainly not saying all pro. Uh, like Bowers end up being all pro. Bowers end up being Pro Bowl. But I'm not saying these guys are just gonna get in here and Bowers be Bowers. 'Cause Bowers set all kind of records and shit. Bowers set receiving records for tight ends. Bowers set receiving records, period, for rookies. So I'm not saying these guys are about to come in and be Brock Bowers. I'm saying significant contributions to the ball club year one. Jack and Darien Porter. Jack Best, I'm leaning towards being a starter, but I don't want to get too much, too ahead of myself on that one because we haven't even been in training camp yet. But that's what I wanted to come in and do. Just kind of quick uh, follow up of the draftees, like all the guys that we drafted. Jeanty, Besh, Porter, Thornton is the receiver from Tennessee. Dude is a tall and really fast. All right, so he's like Trey Tucker with speed. I mean with height. Like Tucker is fast, but Tucker is only like about 5'9". This dude is 6'5", so he's a bigger target, and he's just as fast. So we have, the battle for the fast guy that's gonna keep defenses honest, right? Be able to take the top off the defense, so you can't be sitting in those cover two shells on us, on the Raiders, and thinking that you can just keep everything in front of you because this guy can get behind your DBs. And then he's big enough where it doesn't have to be a perfect ball. So, and that's kind of like what it is with Trey. If it's not a perfect ball, then Trey ain't gonna catch that shit. And hopefully with this guy, he got a lot more catching radius. So some of those deep balls, he'll be able to snag from Geno. Then we went on in and got the lineman out of William and Mary, Charles Grant. Ended up getting Caleb Rogers. Two OLs that will, I think, this season see the field. Perhaps in depth roles or in roles where they're filling in for somebody. Right now, they ended the season with JPJ at the center, Parham, I believe, and Meredith at the guards, Glaze and Colton Miller. Colton Miller's contract still hasn't gotten done, but I don't see them moving on from Colton Miller, man, not just yet. I did the valuation on him. We think 4 years, $80 million is appropriate, and I think they should do it. Got to give Charles Grant, Caleb Rogers, and others a chance to develop a little bit more. Even DJ Glaze, as a starter last year, that would help him develop some more, keeping Colton around, somebody to learn from. I just don't think they're quite ready to move on from him. Maybe they do a 3-year guaranteed, and then an option year for the 4th year for the team. He'll be like 33. I believe Colton is 29 right now. He'll be like 33. Where you have to make a decision on where you want to keep him or you want to go with the young guys. So I feel like they should bring Colton Miller back, play a little left tackle for a few more years for the Raiders, man. Now my concern is the both guard positions. I like Dylan Parham. I do. I just think he's too small in today's NFL, man. I've watched it with my own eyes too many times, him getting overwhelmed by interior defensive linemen in the National Football League, bro. Those guys are big down there. Like the guys that we picked up this year, and I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna do another episode about the defense, but and what Petey and them look like they're trying to do defensively. But yeah, he's too small, man. Meredith, 61, he did a decent job when he was in there. They re-signed him. They brought over Alex Kappa too from Cincinnati Bengals. Well, I'm thinking some combination of them two, Kappa and Meredith, JPJ at the center, and then Glaze and Colton Miller. And then we got these rookies for depth. We got Mumford for depth. We got Parra for depth. So the O-line, as long as they are coached up properly this season, they're starting off with a good group, right? A good mix of young and older talent, veteran leadership, and rookies. There's going to be some competing on that in that O-line room. So I feel kind of good about the O-line, man, to be honest, with the addition of Kappa, re-signing of Meredith, and then the drafting of the two youngsters, Rogers and Grant. I feel like the O-line is in the best shape that it's been since those old car insurance days, right? So, offensively, man, looking to be improved. Looking for a big impact from Jack Besh. Also, I believe Thornton will get out there. And then, just to round out the picks, touchdown Tommy Malott, right? Very interesting pick. He is a quarterback from the FCS, but they're going to put him at the receiver as well, right? So here we got a former quarterback, 4'3", decent size. So another sneaky kind of like slot guy slash weapon. Let's just call him a weapon, man. I got a feeling that we're going to see him do all kinds of stuff, pause, on the offense. So Tommy Malott, that was a great pickup as well. And then the quarterback Cam Miller, after a few years of development behind Geno and Aiden, maybe this guy turns into something. You never know. But it was he was in the pick in the 200s. So not a big risk of anything, but if you hit, it's a big hit. So nice draft class, a lot of Raiders looking for solid contributions on offense. We're going to talk about defense on another time, the next video. But please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. And we'll be back at you with a video about the defense. Like I always say, just win, baby.